Welcome to literary and jury charge practice. Let's get started with this jury charge. The subject is arson. Ready? The principal question in this case is whether or not the fire started by any act, design, or procurement on the part of the plaintiff, or through any act done or suffered by his privity or with his consent. In deciding this question, you should take into account every act, fact, and incident connected with the fire and subsequent transactions as detailed in the evidence. However, if you have heard any evidence in this case which the court afterwards struck out, you are to wholly disregard such evidence in arriving at your verdict. In giving these instructions, it is the intention of the court simply to instruct the jury as to the law applicable to the case, but it is not the intention of the court in the least degree to give the jury any opinion as to whether or not the defendant is guilty of the offense charged in the indictment, or to express any opinion as to the weight or sufficiency of the testimony, or as to the credibility of any witness. All right, some of the words we may want to practice are, originated, procurement, privity, subsequent, wholly disregard, and wholly is W-H-O-L-L-Y, wholly disregard, indictment, sufficiency, weight, W-E-I-G-H-T, weight or sufficiency of the testimony. see how our buddies are doing with the cheese situation. Ready? Here we go. He entered the cheese station with great excitement, but to his dismay, he found it was empty. Someone had already been there and had left only the few bits of new cheese. He realized that if he had moved sooner, he would very likely have found a good deal of new cheese here. Ha decided to go back and see if Hem was ready to join him. As he retraced his steps, he stopped and wrote on the wall, "The quicker you let go of old cheese, the sooner you find new cheese." After a while, Ha made his way back to cheese station C and found Hem. He offered Hem bits of new cheese, but was turned down. Hem appreciated his friend's gesture, but said, "I don't think I would like new cheese. It's not what I'm used to. I want my own cheese back, and I'm not going to change until I get what I want." All right, let's try this new literary material. And it is called Toughest Part, Words and Fears. Ready? A student, now in the 225 class, is scared to death of passing the state test. Then people will see that I can't write accurately. I changed almost everything to briefs to pass my tests. I read through all my errors on each test, and I learned a real-time theory. A student in the 180 class recently enrolled in the 100 words per minute class to learn how to really write and how to pass tests. And my family is not happy, not at all. Yet I know what I have to do. One court reporter, now in court, was called into the manager's office while reporting a jury trial, and was told that she must become certified immediately or she would lose her job. The reporter then asked me, "I'll have to join NCRA now, right?" I listen to each with great respect. Each person has unique challenges. Each person also has the opportunity to excel in a way that will serve immediate goals as well as long-term goals. In addition, each person is tackling goals that also serve our profession. One of my favorite comments was shared by a person sharing her frustrations after receiving the results of an exam. The reporter said, "The toughest part is the words. It's that simple." This is the same court reporter who, while working to pass the RPR, then CCP, and then CRR, asked me each time, "What should I work on? Should I just read the dictionary?" All right, now some jury charge practice. The subject of this jury charge is Highway Traffic Act. Ready? Members of the jury, each party in this case charges the other with violating certain statutes of the Highway Traffic Act. It is the law of this state that a violation of any of the provisions of the Highway Traffic Act by a person operating a motor vehicle upon a public highway shall be prima facie evidence of negligence. This presumption of negligence, however, may be rebutted by evidence showing that the statute in question was not violated, or by evidence showing a reasonable ground for such violation. The driver of a motor vehicle whose vision is blocked by snow and wind or other conditions must exercise care and caution, such as with the situation. The factors to be considered when determining a driver's negligence are the speed and control of the vehicle, the extent of visibility, and the degree of care and caution required under the circumstances. Let's get back to our who moved my cheese. Ready? Here we go. Ha just shook his head in disappointment and sadly went back out on his own. As he returned to the farthest point he had reached in the maze, he missed his friend, but realized he liked what he was discovering even before he found what he hoped would be a great supply of new cheese if ever he knew that what made him happy wasn't just having cheese. He was happy when he wasn't being run by his fear. He liked what he was doing now. Knowing this, Ha didn't feel as weak as he did when he stayed in cheese station C with no cheese, just realizing he was not letting his fear stop him, and knowing that he had taken a new direction nourished him and gave him strength. All right, stay tuned. That will conclude our literary and jury charge practice.